At NewPointe, we talk about wins, and the win that we talk about is life change. And life change is very, very important here at NewPointe. I have two of my friends here, Lindsay and Darcy, and they're examples of what we call a win here at NewPointe. And Lindsay, I want to start with you. Tell me a little bit about your story, just your background, how you came to Christ, how you ended up at NewPointe.
I started church hopping, and I went to a couple different churches. And we ended up here at NewPointe one Sunday. The Bonds, Gina and Roger Bond, had invited us out, and I had talked with them about it, and they just raved about this place. So I brought them out and brought the boys out. And when Aiden came out of the rainforest and he said, "Mommy, do you know Jesus loves me?" That was it.
Wow.
I knew I was home.
Wow. So really, you were invited by somebody to come to NewPointe, and you're probably not the same woman? No. So really,
I'm very proud of it.
Okay, so life change has definitely happened
Absolutely.
in your life. Well, you know, this is Darcy, right?
Yes,
next to you, great friend of yours. How long have you two known each other?
When my parents ended up deciding to part, I ended up going from one school to another and ended up being in her second grade class.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've known each other since second grade?
Yes.
Wow. Well, tell us a little bit of how you shared that exchange with Darcy and how that all came about.
We ended up getting pregnant about the same time, and she was due for Addison the day after I was due for Aiden, and we ended up in the hospital together.
Wow.
We were there in the hospital, and you know, I had called her a couple months after that. We set up a couple little dates just to get together and just have some mommy time with our new babies, and I felt that she was starting to pull apart a little bit.
From you?
From me.
Okay.
So I prayed on that, and then, you know, I let it go, and everything was great. And all of a sudden, I show up here at church, and there she is.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, what does this mean? I don't know what this means. So, you know, he said, she's not ready. She's not ready. I'll bring her back when she's ready.
Wow.
About 3-4 weeks after that, we were at a party for a mutual friend. And I was sitting there rocking my baby and my other baby, and she came up and she sat beside me, and I saw so much pain in her eyes. And I looked up and I just said a quick prayer. I said, "Give me some words." And
wow.
I got to translate to her that you need this, Darcy. And she broke down, and that was it. And she started coming with me.
So Darcy, what was going on in your life at that time?
Oh my goodness.
I was married and going through a divorce and feeling like the biggest failure ever. It was awful. I felt lost. Like I let everybody down. It was so hard. And I didn't know what to do, where to go. I mean, I felt like I was at rock bottom. I'd lost all the friends that I'd had and just lost connection with everything and everybody, my family. I felt. And so it was funny how it happened. I remember exactly. I was drawn to her like, I know we haven't talked in forever, but she and I always had this relationship. We could go for a while. We went to separate colleges. You know, we'd go separate ways, and then when we get back together, it was like nothing ever happened. We had babies together, and and so it just seemed like I was drawn over to her, and I just started talking to her about where I was and how unhappy I was, and I just felt lost and didn't know where to go. And she was struggling. You were going through some issues with your baptism. You didn't know whether or not she should get baptized, and I was.
So really, she was. I mean, Lindsay was. You were just sharing your life, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
kind of what was going on, and you were listening and kind of connecting the dots. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
So you came to NewPointe, right, Darcy?
For the third or fourth, fifth time, yes.
Okay, and then tell me what happened while you were sitting in that big room with hundreds of people around you.
The moment.
The moment. Yeah, there you go. The moment. What? Could you tell us that?
Yeah, I got goosebumps. It was though my life would be different forever. that I knew I needed, that I was forgiven. It was amazing to feel forgiven because I felt so guilty and ashamed. And
so how has your life changed since then?
It's changed tremendously. It's so different now. I have so much hope. When I saw her that day, I was drained. I had no hope. Like, I had no idea where I was going there. I was lost. I felt like I had nowhere to go, no direction.
So here's my question, Darcy, okay? What would you want to say to Lindsay for investing in you and loving you?
I tell her every day, thank you. I couldn't have done, I wouldn't be here without her. I would probably be lying in a ditch somewhere. I'm so thankful for her. I tell her thankful in my prayers. I'm so thankful for her. I tell her thank you every night before I go to bed. I thank God for her, and she's amazing. And that's all I want to do is thank her.
So let me ask you this, Lindsay. How's that make you feel, knowing that God has used you to be able to speak to Darcy, and Darcy has told us, hey, my life is full of hope.
Yeah.
And you're seeing, one of your childhood friends come back to life again, basically.
This is something that, this process is something that we've been doing together, because even though I was here, maybe just a few months before her, I'm still a baby Christian too.
You probably admit that you're not a Bible expert, right?
Oh, goodness, no.
Right. But what happened is you didn't have to be to love Darcy and to invest in Darcy.
Absolutely
you
not.
just loved her and invested in her, and together with NewPointe, we were able to speak and meet her need and help her to understand who Christ is.
And mine too.
And yours too. Well, hey, you know what? You two ladies are wonderful. And you know what? Hearing your story makes it worth all the while of everything that we do here at NewPointe. And really everything that we do here at NewPointe, whether it's at Dover, whether it's at Millersburg, whether it's at Louisville, and even the other sites that are coming down the road, are for women and people just like you. We believe with all of our hearts that there's more Lindsays out there and there's more Darcys out there. And our goal is to help the Lindsays reach the Darcys. And so thank you so much for sharing your story with us, okay? God bless you.